All right, we're just going to try this again if you were on before. Yeah, apparently you can all hear me, but I can't hear anything, and no one can hear Kieran, but I couldn't hear him anyway, so I didn't know that. Um, I'll try and get him into the chat now, and we'll see what happens.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, gotcha.
What the hell? What the hell? What happened there?
All
I don't know.
We're back on. Can everyone hear Kieran? Because I got a couple of messages then saying no one could hear you.
Yeah, it glitched out on my end, and I was like, oh, this is about right.
Oh, well. No point in planning something if you can't get it done, eh?
Yeah, far out.
Saying woo, so I think she can hear you.
That's good. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there.
Sweet. All right, let's get this going. Yeah, like I said, you were there to catch all the moments for the day. You rocked up with your camera gear, and how'd that go for you? What were your thoughts on that?
I think for me, as the videographer or photographer for the day, it was actually super fun. Seeing everyone having fun, enjoying what's going on, meeting new people. It was really cool to capture just smiling faces, people chowing into food, some people going forward driving and taking their cars off-road. I was like excited to be there because everyone was so happy and friendly. I just wanted to continue behind the camera and just try and capture as much as I can. I think you called me out, like, yo, photographer, where are you? And I was just having fun talking to people. I was like, shit, I need to get down where you are. And I think the weekend, like, hats off to you, man. You did a really good job, and you should really be proud of what you achieved and what you accomplished. And I think the weekend turned out amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, sick. No, and that's what it's all about. Like I was going to touch on that is, look, it wasn't about who's got the best car or who's going to make it the furthest up the track or like who showed up in what rig, or no one was egotistic about anything, and everyone was there to help, and everyone was like super accommodating, super friendly, approachable. The few guys there had never even put their car in four-wheel drive, which was absolutely to see that.
Yeah, I was super surprised as well. As I was walking around chatting to everyone, there was some people who were like, how do I use the tire deflator? And I was like, really? So it was interesting to see like the capability of some people and a non-capability of some people, but everyone was there to just join in and just have fun and help each other out. And I think events just like the one you created needs to be more. There needs to be more of them. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like a lot of events these days, I mean, it's rock up, park your car up. You do meet people, you walk around and you have chats and stuff, but there's no getting out and having a bit of fun and helping your mates and so like problem solving. It's creating, I guess, that bond through having an issue. Like if you're stuck on a track, your mate's going to grab the, or someone you don't even know, which in this case was the case. Max tracks off and throw them under your wheel for you, and like, hats off to people in and stepped in and helped people who, I guess, hand who they had never even met before. And yeah, to me, that's what it was all about.
I think you did create that atmosphere as soon as we rolled up, and obviously I was there before everyone sort of rolled in, and everyone was, like I said, they were so friendly and they just wanted to have a chat. They wanted to either have a chat about their cars, about like where you're from, and what brought you there into the day in general. I think that was the best thing. There was no like standoffish people in cliques doing their own little thing and keeping to themselves. Everyone was just mingling and just enjoying life. And I think that's the one thing we sort of miss out on when us as adults, we have to go to work every day and we forget about that it is okay to have some fun on the weekends and meet new people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, yeah, we rocked up. We took the barbie off the trailer and just started getting stuck right into the food and handing out some ice coffee and I expected everyone to go for a drive, and I was like trying to hint to everyone like, have a drive, like what you can do. Kieran's gonna float around with the camera and like get some shots. I'll be here with the food. I'll call you out over the UHF when it's ready. But like nobody left the area. Everyone just like sort of swarmed, and there was just randoms mingling with each other. I mean, my mum came. She sort of dog sitted for, which was sick. It was so handy not to have to watch the dogs, but it was so good to have them there. Like they sort of provided a bit of, I guess, the vibe too, which was good. But yeah, she even come back to me and she's like, I met so many people, and like she met you, and she's like, that Kieran fella, he's a real nice fella. I'm like, oh shit, he had you bluffed too. Like, but yeah, no, I like to hear that feedback, and I heard it from so many other people too. It was epic. It was good.
Yeah, I think for us is what you did, and I think as a photographer, videographer, whatever you want to call it, for me, the whole space of it was really inviting, and I really hope that inviting scene or people be able to mingle with one another can continue on within this four-wheel drive community, the adventure space, whatever you want to call it, and then hopefully, like you just said, out on the track, if you are in a sticky situation, there is someone going past. They go, hey, do you need a quick hand? And then that conversation starts up, and you make a new friend and a new friendship or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I was just going to say, like, for the future, like, any more events like this, I've had a few people ask me, and it's like, are you going to do it again? You know what I mean? Like, initially, I was like, yeah, like, do it, like, heaps and whatnot. But I feel like it might be a good little annual thing to do. But, yeah, no, like, I think the best thing that come of it was I met so many people that I wouldn't have met in any other situation, which, I mean, for an event with so many different people behind it, I think that's sort of maybe something we can do annually and definitely improve on and structure a bit better next time. Last minute.
Yeah, I definitely think you are right there. I don't think it's like a once a month kind of a deal. There's a lot of people that do a lot of forward driving and go away a fair bit, but I think when it comes to another event, or it could be a meet and greet or whatever it could be, I think it needs to be in the next coming months, somewhere in the summertime, where we have a lot more people just joining and having fun, and then who knows, it could be one of those things where it's every 4 months we're all catching up and we get the chance to meet some new people, get some cool brands behind us that want to be a part of our sponsoring, and that flex ramp idea. I think so many people, same as what you said, so many people messaged me, they're like, when are you going to do it again? I really want to put my car on a flex ramp. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, you have to talk to Michael and the crew there. Like, was it PW Fab? They did a fantastic job, and I'm not sure if they're going to bring it out again. Who knows? But
hats off already. I'm actually I haven't spoken to him yet, but I'm heading over his way this weekend. Going to drop the flex ramp back, so it's no longer in my. But I'm sure he's down for it. Like, that's what he made it for, was to get it out to little events like this. And I think he's got plans of putting wheels on it so he can rent it out and people can show it places, which is cool. So yeah, everyone might see it again. We'll leave that one for another day. But there was a bit of controversy on that flex ramp, actually.
I knew you would bring it up.
We clearly, I got the highest. Got right up top, and then we have one.
I agree with you.
No, there's not too many people that agree with me on that one. But no, we had the very first car to go up it, Catherine. You'll probably. I don't know if I can check. No, but anyway, you'll be on there. You got a bit upset and chime in the comments if you.
She did, yeah. Kat was the first one up, and she was our guinea pig for the ramp, and she gave it a red hot crack. Yeah, she's saying she won. That's right. And then obviously she was a bit worried.
The rest.
Yeah, she was a bit worried about my car coming up. And then we had Hayden, and he just pretty much destroyed us.
I loaded it forwards and backwards. That thing is an absolute weapon, and it definitely showed in the morning too.
It did. Hell yeah, it did. But
Yeah.
I think Kat was a little bit salty that she wasn't the win. She was winning, and then the GU came from nowhere and just killed us.
She was
Even
winning.
the trailer.
Hey.
Even the trailer was, we were super surprised how far that got up.
Oh man, I would have tipped that over if I could have. Let's see what happens.
The barbecue one, yeah.
No, yeah. So that was the day. That was sick. You had one other person join you, Thomas. Where's he fit in? Like, how'd you meet Thomas, and where'd that come about?
Yeah. So the thing about me right now is I'm trying to reach out to like-minded people just like you, who have a passion for going adventuring. It doesn't have to be about forward driving, and like to create, I don't know, a story behind what you do. And Thomas is very big on the old TikToks. And he was reaching out to me. I think that's him there. And yeah, he does like his full drive rates, and he's getting some really good following from that. So we reached out and we've been chatting, and I actually bumped into him at the full drive show, and he was the nicest bloke I've ever met. And I said to him, I said, come down, like you get to meet some new people, like it's a bit out of your comfort zone. And I'm pretty sure what he said to me, he was like so surprised how nice everyone was and how friendly the conversations were, and they wanted to know who he was and what he did. And yeah, it was good to see that I was able to bring someone that may have not even thought about going to this event and made a heap of new friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see he's just touched in the comments. We might get him on for chat. He said barbecue one. Who tied that down? I think might have been. No, it was you, man. Good job on the old ratchet straps there. We'll see.
Yeah, see if you can add him in.
See if I can get someone else in.
Tom, like I said, Tom's real big on the TikToks, and he actually got banned for a week. We're not sure why.
What did he do?
I don't know. He just said something happened and he got banned for TikTok. So the thing is, for most of us that do social media, hopefully we can get him on. There we go. Yeah, he's wearing the yes.
Bingo bango.
Hey.
How you doing, boys?
Crack.
Can I get a radio check? Do my microphone
Check,
work?
check, 1, 2.
Hello.
You're good.
Hello, Capital City. What's going on, guys?
I'm well. I've got a question for you, Tom.
Yeah.
For the weekend that Michael held, what was your overall thoughts or vibes?
I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away from the turnout that occurred as well too. And it wasn't just rigs for the nines as well too. There was an absolute rainbow of different style of utes. Literally, I mean that blue little that monster thing that came in. What was it? The Susie. That was incredible to see that as well too. Yeah, that got the honorary mention on the flex ramp. That was pretty cool.
The little star indicators. That was epic.
Yeah.
I was stoked.
Yeah. So it was absolutely amazing, an amazing event at amazing locations as well too. Yeah.
It was a very sort of thrown together location after we had to reschedule and redo the whole Grampians idea, but it turned out well. Having it, like the drive was meant to be in the same place and everything, but having it close definitely was good, and it was completely public too, which meant anyone could come. There was no registrations needed anymore, so yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I was able to come, because if it was at the Grampians, I wouldn't have been there. So I'm really glad that we had it at the Letterdurg Forward Drive State Park. That was awesome.
Is that what the name is? Every time I thought the name was like Lerdenbergen, and I was like, "Fuck, who pronounced these names?"
It's awesome. It's like a four-wheel drive park. I've already spoken to a representative from the local member out here in Gippsland to try and get something out here on our side. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's sick. I've got this huge paddock across the road from and look, the amount of times I've planned to like plow down that little fence and see what I can do in there, but I don't know there's a big press. But yeah, there's so many good opportunities for places like that. But I know it's getting me a press. And that little side at no, I don't know if it's an old quarry or an old mine or what it is, but they do little drive days out there all the time, and I'm pretty sure some of the dealerships test their cars out there, which It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
You want to get a car in four drive. Yeah.
I did see that. I think it was Impact. They do like raffling cars or whatever, and they had a brand new 200 series that they're pretty much doing exactly the same lines we were doing.
Yeah.
I must say about that four drive track or park or whatever you want to call it in Victoria. If you do go out there, there is a couple of lines that are quite gnarly and hairy, and I think that's why it's meant to be. It's meant to be there for the new upcoming four drivers who want to learn about how to use their four drive, and then there's us who are a little bit more experienced and might want to get the winch out to test their cars, how far they can actually push it until you can't go no more, and get in a max track or a shovel out. I think that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like we didn't have use of the whole park. Unfortunately, it would have been good too, but there was a beginner there. A lot of those guys, I spoke to a few of them, and yeah, they'd never put their car in four-wheel drive. They didn't know how to drive down a hill. Like,
yeah, incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was sick to be able to have a space to share like that with with everyone, like of all capabilities.
Yeah, you do. My question to you, Michael, is what would you do differently next time round? Because I know it was quite stressful for you, and you said you had to change some stuff up. If you were to do another event, what would you do?
No, to be fair, like the Grampians, we had that at a motel. They had a restaurant. There's a big fire pit there already, so we didn't have to dig our own out. It was an absolute vibe, that place. And I've been to different car meets and events there before. And there's a pool, actual accommodation if you prefer a room or you have children or whatever. So I think that would have been a lot more inviting. We did have quite a few more people registered for that. There was a group from up Sydney way who weren't too certain on the new plans. They didn't come. Guys from South Australia who actually went to the Grampians and stayed there. So, I think it was a bit more inviting. And if I was to do it again, I'd 100% make sure that's going ahead. But unfortunately, I lost contact with a couple of people and that didn't. Yeah. But, having it all in the one place is probably the big thing. And I don't know if it's possible to have, obviously you can't camp at the likes of Lerderberg, but if we could have camped there, that would have been sick. Like, you could have been out driving, having a bit of fun, doing a bit of wheeling while other people are sitting at the campfire. It would have, I don't know.
It would have taken it to the absolute next level to just sit around, even just having the stuff and just hearing the four-wheel drives off in the distance as well too. That would have been really, really cool. That's definitely for next time. Yeah.
We would have got a sound that worked. Our little JBL speakers and bits and pieces, they all ran out of battery. I think we went through but by the time we hit about 2 o'clock in the morning, I reckon there's about 6 dead speakers around the fire. But
talking about loud cars, I must say there was 2 that definitely stood out to me. There was Hayden with that TD that screamed, and then we had Jai with that Sandy Barra. Woo, that thing was sick.
Oh, dude, and crazy.
Goosebumps.
But there was a couple of hills. I've got a couple of videos of Jai going up, and that thing is all noise, just spitting mud and rocks and shit everywhere, and epic to watch. It'd be just as fun to drive too. But the Barra absolutely sings in that thing.
I think he chose quite well with that motor choice, and if he didn't pop the bonnet except for that massive cowl he's got on the front, I think you would never really notice what it was in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah. But there was someone you needed to get on tonight, wasn't there? We were missing a prize winner, wasn't it?
Absolutely. He did say he's working.
A bit later.
We're trying to add one more person.
Go for it.
We'll see what happens. Henry, his name is. He said he's working, but he may be able to jump on, but we'll just see what happens.
He was the gentleman with the mighty mitts, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
Old rotten. So Henry, one of those guys who'd never locked his car into four-wheel drive. Had an absolute ball. I didn't realise that he'd had next to no experience, but he absolutely definitely sent it, probably harder than a lot of us. We took the sensible route back to the campground and
Yeah.
took the highway. But
highway.
Henry followed Hayden, and Henry got stuck.
He did. Yeah.
Doctor made some friends, put himself out there, had a crack, and doesn't look like he can jump on now. But
That's all right. We'll get him on later, maybe.
we'll get him on. Yeah, we'll chat to him. And,
do you still have one of your flyers of what the prizes were for and like what people had to sort of do? I think that was a really cool one that you put in there. It was like every person that went on the flex rank got a number. And then there was a list. I think there was like 8 or 9, 10 things you had on the list. Do you still have a list card with you of, oh my God, Michael, what are you doing?
They were highlighters after the judging was done. So they got thrown in the fire, every single one of them.
Oh, damn. Yeah, because so there was a thing that Michael did throughout the day. If anyone's currently still watching what we're talking about, he had a list of things that he wanted to try and give away, that we had some prize. Michael had gotten some prizes from some companies that joined on board throughout the day. And there was one of them, which is why Henry was was supposed to be one of the prize winners. It was like, give it a shot or give it a go, give it a red hot crack. And like we said, we didn't even know, he actually didn't really know how to let down his tires, how to four-wheel drive properly. And Hayden's car is a very equipped four-wheel drive, and the way he does drive, I definitely think he knows how to wheel. And if you are following behind him, probably not a good idea. And what they did show me is he got pretty much bellied out in a massive bog hole.
I've got a photo of Henry. He's about halfway up his doors deep in a rut and in a bog stock Crichton. So hats off to
legend
Brady, who's PW Fab, who supplied the flex ramp. Literally just a photo of Henry's car in the bog hole and said, "This fella needs a prize." And so he didn't make it back to camp. He went back the other way, back to and cruised on home for the night. He was going to come and join in the shenanigans, but didn't get to that side of the little creek crossing, unfortunately. But
it looked like a pretty decent river crossing, really, when you're going through a stop Triton with some all trains.
To be fair, it's intimidating to look at, but we did it the next morning, and it's a walk in the park. But yeah, if you're ever at that campground, don't be too scared about that river crossing. It flows fast, but it's all rock on the bottom. That was a bit of fun to do in the morning too. But yeah, back to Henry. I made sure to get in touch with him. The boys actually got his number, and so that was that. Yeah, like we said earlier, they were there to help out, which is sick. They share their phone number. If you get stuck, give us a buzz and they'll be back. Which fortunately didn't happen. But yeah, no, I got a organizer out to him through the week, so I think he's still waiting on that post. It's trying, but yeah, no, I sent him a message tonight. He's unfortunately at work, but he's keen on his organizer, and I think he'll be watching in on this later on the replay.
I definitely think he will be. I think as well, I don't know if he reached out to you guys. I know he reached out to me. He's looking at doing some more fun adventuring, just like we did. If it's on your side of town, or obviously our side of town in the southeast, was the thing is why you sort of did create this whole event, was to bring people together, to meet people that like adventuring, four-wheel driving, camping, for I don't know, motorbike riding, just whatever it could be, and just meet some new friends, really.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like you said, he's reached out to me as well. He's asked if we're heading out his way to give him a buzz, which I think is an absolute necessity, like to be able to introduce and I guess assist people with their passion for four-wheel driving and adventuring is pretty sick. I'm not the most experienced or the most confident four-wheel driver myself, but look, you get out there and have a crack, and if you know how to pull someone out of the shit, well then, what's the worst that can happen?
Helping out and being teamwork, yeah.
I think that's a bit like all of us, really. We have some type of knowledge of how to four-wheel drive. I wouldn't say we're the most experienced four-wheel drivers. We have had our fair share of different experiences as well. But I don't think anyone can say that they're the most experienced of them all when it comes to four-wheel driving, because there's so many different levels and skills and everything, like terrains that's out there and in the world, not just in Victoria, that we haven't attacked just yet. But we're all still learning, and I think the whole space of what you created is where it was really, you nailed it pretty much.
Hang on. Cheers, dude. Actually, on that note, I've got a question for both of you guys. So I've got a little, I guess like a little product idea that I'm toying with at the moment. And part of it is a little Q&A. And on that Q&A, I've got bucket list destinations.
Okay.
So what is your, you want to kick it off? What's your bucket list destination in your four-wheel drive?
I'm doing it next week.
Whew.
So I'm on my way to South Australia, and it's called Goog's Track. It's like a mini Simpson Desert, just above the Eyre Peninsula, just on that side. So nowhere near the beach, but there will be a lot of sand. I've got 3 weeks off. I'm going with my dad, which is even better as well too. So there's 2 cars going, me, my dad, and my uncle. So it's going to be a boys trip. It's going to be a family trip at the same time. I've got 3 weeks off. We're just going to disappear into the desert. I have had this trip planned with my dad for about 4 years to try and get this going.
Oh, wow.
He almost died doing it on a motorbike one time. And he wants to go back in a car and do it again. Yeah.
Oh,
So
make sure he comes back alive. But
I was going to say, come back at least.
you've got a bit of weight on those shoulders, yeah, to bring my dad back alive. Yeah.
I'm for 3 weeks, and if you don't reply in 3 weeks, we'll send a search party out.
yeah. At least put a pin drop where he is at least going to be staying.
I'll just hit the last known location, just somewhere, and then just SOS, baby, SOS.
It sounds like a good trip though. Like up through the desert is definitely one of my all-time up there. Just want to drive and see nothing. I think there's something amazing or mesmerizing about Australia. It's dead flat. There's nothing out there, but it's sick.
Yeah, there's still something to see, even if you are driving past. There could be some red desert, or it could be some camels. I don't know. We got so many wildlife animals floating about in the outback. It's ridiculous. But for me, as for your question, there's so many places I do want to hit, but the car is coming off the road because I would like to rebuild the car. But I'm thinking maybe going up coast when the car is all going really well, along with the trailer, and doing some meet and greets. Or that's if I get into a position where I'm cool enough to do meet and greets. And then going all the way up, and I want to go to the top of Australia, and I want to do that photo that everyone does, and they're sitting there with a can of drink in their hand, and they're on the top of north of Australia. Yeah, right up the top. That's where I want to go.
Absolutely. I actually jumped on, I don't know what hashtag it was the other day, but you can search hashtags and stuff. And it must have been like the Tip or Kate York or whatever.
The Tip, yeah.
And beer in hand next to the sign. I reckon I scrolled past a picture of Pooley with a box of KFC, and I was like, that's I was like, Tip. It's probably not KFC.
Smashing a zinger box at the north. Yep.
Frank.
I think that's something that I've always wanted to do. As for the smaller stuff, I'm hoping we can try and do something where us as a group want to go away and we consider doing South. I know you guys did South Australia. You didn't do it. You stayed at home, didn't you?
I got a few jobs done and saved a couple of. I didn't put $7,000 worth of fuel in my car last weekend, but it did look like an epic trip. Kat got that one together, and
she did a fantastic job. She definitely made me jealous because I didn't go either, and that's definitely somewhere I want to go again. And then we were talking about doing Tasmania, maybe another time soon. That's definitely a trip that I've always thought about doing with the car, maybe even with the trailer, with a good group of people.
Rubbing my hands together on the Tassie trip, absolutely, yeah.
And then, I think the major stuff would be, there's one that we're looking at doing is Border Track, which is South Australia and Victoria, to the west of Victoria, I'm pretty sure it is for us. It's up the top near Mildura. And then maybe going to... Hey?
Goes from Renmark south, I think.
Yeah, that's it. And then, yeah, maybe doing some red dirt driving. I don't know, something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully I can get some of that crap out of my car after I finish. If we do that drive, that red dirt seems to stay in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to pick a car and make sure you take the right one because that red dirt is not coming out.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, but I would love to see what other people are talking about when it comes to their ideas and then places I want to try and hit. I have no idea what it could be, but if you guys are watching, drop a comment. I want to see a place that you might want to go in the future with your capable car, even if that's a Commodore. I don't care because car's a car. For us, we like to tour and we like to adventure. It doesn't have to be about forward driving, off-roading all the time. Some of that you think you might want to go hit and see. I know one of them was someone said to me they want to go see Wilson's Prom. That's around the corner from me, and somewhere you can drive in a normal car to get down there, and it's a little bit of camping and adventuring and some hiking. I think that's one thing.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not the fittest, and walking long distance, I park next to the front door of Bunnings if I go there. I'm an absolute lazy bastard. But Wilson's Prom, South Point, I want to just tick off all four corners of Australia, the north, the south, the east, and the west. And South Point is an overnight hike, I believe. But that one's on my list. And I don't know how carrying a tent and like scrogging and a couple of little jets to get me through for a couple of days. I eat like a pack horse too. But yeah, no, that would be one of my things on the list too. And you can get there, and like you said, your Commodore.
You don't have to have a full drive to do some of these places that we are currently going to. That's the thing. We are classes at the adventure space, not just full driving. Don't get me wrong, we all have full drives, but the places that we do go and see, you can just drive with an everyday normal car. They're just maybe a little bit of a dirt road. They're obviously not full drive tracks. That's the thing for me is what I want to try and showcase is what Victoria has to offer. And once the car's done, I'll be going further out, and hopefully I can take you two with me. That'd be pretty sweet.
Sounds good. Scroll comments. Australian off-road.
Channing,
and the Simpson Desert into the Red Centre. That would be absolutely epic.
Yeah. Maybe it could be one of those things where we are hosting an event. I don't know what it could be, and everyone isn't it? Hang on, what's on? There's a rally on in the Simpson Desert, isn't there?
Bink?
Yes. Yeah, it could be one of those things where everyone is meeting in the one spot, and that's central for pretty much everyone. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd like to try to think next year, maybe.
Yeah, think.
That was a bit of a plan of mine this year, but plans change and things come up and work gets in the way and life doesn't fit, but work. We need that. But I think it'd be a good one. Beck's going to the Gib. Beck's taking me to the Gib, actually.
Beck's going to take you to the Gib. Man, you must be paying for her fuel, because if she's driving, you in the car would be a bad thing to have.
There you go. Yeah, no. I'll take my own car. She can tow it. That'd be great. That'd be a cheap trip, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about her and her back pocket with the wallet there.
No, she'll be right. She's done it before. She's towed me out of a situation, I believe. Maybe in Tasmania, I reckon there was one situation. Or no, I don't think I got. Well, I definitely towed Catherine out of a situation in Tasmania.
There you go. That's what the canopy's for. You can go on the canopy with the dogs.
Man, I'd sit there with the dogs and back. It's a bit quieter, less smelly. No, Beck, you do all right. You're not bad. You're good to have around the fire, I guess.
Got a good one for you, Tom. Is there a question you want to ask us? Is there anything you had a thought about that you might want to ask both of us? So obviously, we did try and have a chance to try and chat over that weekend, but because it went like that so quickly, we were like, shit, we're going home now. Was there anything you wanted to ask both of us?
Yeah. Although we want to try and see if we can make this an annual thing, when's the next time do we want to be in the same room together, or the same place together? I feel like it was moreish. Like,
Claustrophobic.
so much moreish. Like, I could have spent days hanging out with the group as well too. And yeah, I feel like I got left out because I didn't plan to stay the night, and I really should have stayed the night. It was just other commitments that I had to get back to, so I should have coordinated that better. But that's definitely for next time. But yeah, but it doesn't have to be that. I mean, we're coming up to summer. I mean, it's going to be awesome traveling around Vic in the summer.
I have mentioned this to both of you, but coming up to summer, the snow season ends, the snow melts, tracks in the high country reopen. That happens on the 26th, I believe, of October, or something around the 28th or something. Last week of October, high country. Yes or no, right now? Are you guys in? Go.
The weekend, absolutely. Yes. I'll be
You're twisting my arm, man. You're twisting my arm.
Send me a pin drop. You send me the pin drop of where you will be on the Friday or the Saturday morning. I'll come find you. I know the area really well. It's not going to be hard for me to find you at all. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. Thomas pretty much lives up there, so he'll be out there anyway. You probably bump into him. Well, as for me,
family's got property up there, so I'm up there a fair bit.
Yeah. Sick.
As for me, like I said, you like twist my arm here, man. Like I'm about to pull the car off the road. The car needs some overall tender loving care. But I am still considering doing one more trip. We did do Dargo not long ago, and it rained, and I got soaked, and I was really peed off that it just didn't feel finished, if you know what I mean. Like I'd finished my adventure space with the car and to change it to its new look. Yeah. Look, right now I'm going to have to say maybe, I don't know, it could be, I might be driving the GU. Who knows?
Dude, that GU needs a few Ks on the clock. I feel like you can't be upset about getting dirt on that. You got that absolute dirt cheap. Use.
I did get it super cheap. The downside about it, it's technically not my car. It's going to be Brooke's car. So I think she might be wheeling it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Bring Brooke in and just get her to sign a waiver. Get her sign in on that one.
If something broke, you know exactly who's going to hand the keys to. It'll be straight back to me. Can you fix it? Yeah.
That's what you're there for, though, isn't it?
Every time. Every time.
Beautiful. Well, okay. Keep pausing that because I'm checking my battery. I'm on 3%. So
it sounds like you need to get off
before I cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll send it from here.
Enjoy, guys. Thank you for having us, and I'll see you around.
Peace out, boys. See you at the tracks.
See you next time.